It is 6 a.m. on Sunday, and we're gonna do some meal prep. Should I do some meal prep or should I do my steps first? Mars. We're gonna do meal prep first and then do my steps because we're solo parenting again today. And wow, stunning. This is also stunning. I don't understand like why people would want to get the silver ones of these because you just get makeup all over them. But if anyone was wondering what prep face looks like, this is prep face. Stunning.
Should we throw sticks in?
Morning. It is 6:30 a.m. on Monday and I have already done just under 6,000 steps. I got up at 4:30, had my coffee, chilled, which I think is so important. Like, I definitely need a good hour to myself before I be productive for the day. Like, I just need to sit, be present, relax. Good morning. So I utilized that time to go do my steps while everyone was asleep, well, at least half of them, because as we know, today is check-in day. Had a refeed day yesterday. Woke up with my stomach's just a little bit sore, which is what happens when you're used to having like such little food and then you have like extra carbs. I was just feeling really awful the back end of last week. We're sort of ahead of schedule, so my coach said that we can take 2 refeed days. Felt amazing at the time. Energy was like instantly improved, but now definitely my digestion is just a little bit sticky. So I'm going to drink loads of water. I'm going to wait till 7:30 to have my breakfast. Doing my client check-ins, as you would know. Really cold. I am fully dressed. You would have seen before I was in my activewear. Now I have my dressing gown on. I actually have I've got 2 pairs of socks on, bed socks and my Ugg boots. Jumping on here like because I want to give you guys a raw insight, the reality of actually being in prep. Honestly, or not even just in prep, but if you've been dieting for an extended period of time, or maybe like you've been really restrictive, your health is starting to like deteriorate. It's important to know what you're looking for and like when your health markers are being impacted and the effects that dieting can actually have on your body. I'm so depleted of carbohydrates. I'm on the lowest carbohydrates I've ever been on in any prep ever. To be honest, up until recently, like I did feel a lot better on a lower carbohydrate, higher fat, because as I mentioned, every single prep I lose my cycle, so my hormones get quite impacted, as most people's do, but especially mine. Like, I've had an athlete compete before who has not lost her cycle. She had a really healthy prep, no issues in that regard, but yeah, for me, I do. So I need to take protocols to make that a little bit more manageable on my body, and having like a high healthy fat diet can really help support hormone production. Like, because I am on such low carbohydrates at the moment, my brain is really starting to like that's the best way I can explain it. I've actually smashed through like a really good chunk of my chickens this morning, and I haven't had any issues like stringing sentences together and whatnot. Every time I pause for a second and I like go in between chickens and I just have a little bit of like reflection, I'm like, I am so exhausted. Like, not my mind, but my body is just so exhausted. I kind of feel like I want to cry. Like, not because I'm emotional, but I can't explain. Even I had forgotten how it feels to feel in prep, because up until now, like, I felt so good. Everything's been really easy. Well, not really easy, but like as easy as it can be. And then, yeah, the last back end of basically last week, holy shit, like Saturday was particularly bad. Honestly, did to the world. I kept saying to Henry, like, I feel so fucked. Like, my body just feels so fucked. And this is where I think prep, as a mum and someone who has a family, it becomes hard, because it really becomes such a challenge to be a positive, present parent. And you get like really bad guilt. Like, your patience is so thin, and when you have, for example, like a toddler, and of course like toddlers are going to be toddlers, and when I'm healthy and I'm not in a deficit, I have so much more patience, everything's so much more fun. But when I get to the trenches of prep, like my whole outlook on parenting just completely shifts into like, what I don't want to be as a parent. Like, I'm snappy, I'm short, I'm impatient, I'm frustrated, I'm not present, and hard. Like, this prep, I've really made a point to try to not do any of those things, and I think I've actually done so well up until now, and I'm still trying my best. But just the complete shift, you know, you get to choose what state you want to be in physically, like with everything that's going on in your body. You do have to dig so fucking deep, and you also have to give yourself grace and acknowledge, like, you're human. You can only do what you can do. You can show up how you want to show up. Not perfect, and that's an expectation that I think a lot of us put on ourselves. Like, we put, I want to do X, Y, and Z, and I want to feel this way, and I want to look this way, but like sometimes it's really just so not realistic. I'm just doing my client prep check-ins, and like those girls as well, they're 9 weeks out now, and they're saying the same thing, like the exhaustion, lack of sleep, like it's all around that 10-week marker. Like, it's not glamorous. Like, it's not a glamorous sport, and like dieting in general is not glamorous. I think what people don't understand is at the end of the day, you are essentially working against your body, not with your body. Like, sure, you can be eating all the macronutrient rich, beautiful food. At the end of the day, you are burning more energy than what you're putting into your body. It puts your body into is like a really chronic state of stress and potentially life-threatening to your body. So yeah, things get thrown a little bit off. Things get really challenging. Your body is going to do what it wants to do or needs to do in order to make you or prompt you to eat, whether that's like increasing your food focus, shutting off your reproductive system. Like, you're not healthy. So bodybuilding is not a healthy sport. Dieting is not healthy long term. Yes, diets can be sustainable if you're just changing your eating habits, etc. But you can't live in a fat loss phase for the rest of your life, because again, you're working against your body. Is life-threatening. It's just really important to make sure that you do go in with a periodic, structured, educated approach towards whatever goal you have, whether it's a prep, whether it's a fat loss phase, etc. Because at the end of the day, dieting does cause a lot of stress on your body, and it does impact other areas of your life as well, whether you're aware of it or not. Can really have an impact on your relationship with food, binge and restrict cycles, the way that you view food. So actually just making sure that you have a really solid system and support. Like, I don't even know if any of this makes sense, to be honest. I just felt like jumping on, and like I want to just try give some value in the experience as well. I feel like shit, guys, and I really didn't want to say, like, that's something that I really didn't want to do this prep, is go like, oh man, like it's so hard, I feel so shit. Like, I love prep. I love it. I love ticking the boxes. I love my food. I love everything. I just feel really shit at the moment. Like, training last week was so hard. I'm not recovering. Like, my back hurts because I'm not recovering, and yeah, so it ain't all glam over here, team. But because there's so much egg in it, like maybe it'll work. Okay, look at this. It's actually like a proper cake. It says that you leave it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. So I've left it for about 17 minutes because I want it to be a little bit gooey. And then it says that it's best to refrigerate it for a couple of hours after it cools, so it goes like all gooey and stuff. So I'm gonna leave it to rest and let's see how it turns out. It is 2 p.m. now. I've just finished my client check-ins and I'm gonna have some lunch, but holy shit, I am so fucked today. Like, I actually I don't want to complain, but I just feel so like my body is not happy at the moment. It's so fatigue. I was just, when I was doing my check-ins, obviously sat on my bum and my back and like all between my shoulder blades and stuff. Like, bear in mind, I've not trained in 2 days, but my whole body is just like aching. It's just so fatigued, and you just forget that this is how you feel when you get to that really sticky part of prep. Is like your body's just depleted, you just don't feel good or healthy, and you have like this feeling of like, I need food. Like, I'm not physically hungry whatsoever, I don't have any cravings, but your body is just like urging you to have food. So I'm having my lunch now, and then I'm going to take the dogs out for a walk. It's going to be like more like a crawl, because fuck, I'm just like, just my back, I don't know what it is, it's so sore. A little bit of an update of how we're looking. 6.5 weeks out now. I'm definitely leaner, and I've definitely been feeling like shit recently as well. I'm finding it actually a little bit tricky to vlog this week. White chia oats. I only actually use 20 grams of oats, 30 grams of chia seeds. Seeds like really help volumize the meal, so it doesn't feel like you've got bugger all food volume. Like, I will actually show you how much volume that the chia seeds and the egg whites together with the oats actually gives you, because as I mentioned, I'm on pretty low carbs. Yeah, pretty good in terms of fats, just to support my hormones a little bit more, because when I am dieting, my hormones definitely cop it. And not everybody's gonna experience that, but for me personally, every single prep I have experienced a negative impact on my hormones, lost my menstrual cycle, etc. So it's just really important for me to make sure that I'm trying to manage that as best as possible. And what that looks like for me is having a higher fat higher fats over carbohydrates. Let's have a look. I just have to double check my measurements that I'm using today. So I've got 100 mils of egg whites in here. And then I always add cinnamon and powdered ginger. Oh, that was a lot of cinnamon, but to be honest, I can never put too much cinnamon or too much ginger. I love spices. It's so funny, because like whenever my clients try this, they're always like, what the heck? But I love it. And the key is you have to give it like a really thorough mix, so it's all foamy on the top. It's gross, but this is how you want it to look once you've done mixing it, before you put it in the microwave. And then 1 minute. This is what I mean by you get so much volume, like so much volume. And then we add dark chocolate, nuts, yogurt, and voila. This one doesn't look as pretty because it doesn't have berries on it. decided to become walking buddies because we both work from home, and just being winter and stuff, it's really hard to like get incentive. Sorry, I'm just putting my shoes on. It's really hard to have the incentive to like want to go outside, and I find when I work from home, I get just sitting on a computer all day. Like literally that's what I do, is I sit on computer the whole entire day for the most part, apart from like when I get out and go to the gym. I'm gonna see if I can like set you guys in one of my shoes. Sorry, you guys are sat in my shoe now. DIY tripod. What I was saying is that, yeah, when you're sat at your computer all day, there's my dog, it's really hard to have the motivation to get yourself out to go for like a walk, especially in the middle of winter when it is so damn cold. And I just find like when I'm sitting at a computer all day, I just feel super drained, and like the longer that I sit inside, the harder I find it to motivate myself to go outside. And me and my next door neighbor are now midday walking buddies, which is awesome because it just makes it go so much faster. And like also working from home and living in a semi-rural area, like I don't really have a lot of interaction with other people, apart from like the most interaction I get is when I go to the gym. And like bear in mind, I don't really talk to anyone when I'm at the gym. We're on our third walk now, but it just goes so much faster, and it's nice to like just chat shit and talk about stuff. But I'm gonna go pick her up now, even though she literally lives like just around the corner, and we're gonna take the dogs out for a walk. One of my dogs is sunbathing. Yeah. I was telling my YouTube vlog, which you'll actually see, how we're being walking buddies now, because we work from home and it's hard to get the motivation to go and do walks.
Bring the doggies out.
Where's the dogs? Where's the other dog?
Willow. There she is. Willow, you're on the vlog. You're on YouTube.
But I was saying how like you're on YouTube. I was saying how you just feel so fucking tired when you like sit on the computer all day, and like you're like, I need to go for a walk, and then like next minute it's like 3 hours later, and
you're counting every step, every single step.
Do you know, before you messaged me and you're like, I've done no steps, I had a look at my steps and I'd done like 700.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I've done like 900. I was like, we gotta do this.
We're gonna need to go around twice.
What are we on? What are you on? Surely 5k.
I'm on 2,000 for 800.
Okay, yeah. Oh no.
This is my pumpkin brownie that I made. I also made black bean ones, and to be honest, I feel like I'm at the point in prep where just like everything tastes really good, but today in particular I just have like I just feel like chocolate. It's not even like sweet, I just feel like chocolate. So I've had 2 pumpkin brownies already, which is, they're bugger all calories. I think I've figured them out to be 104 calories and like 10 grams of protein per brownie. And then this one is actually very similar macros. This is meant to be my dessert, but I'm just feeling particularly hungry and like agitated today. Not hungry, but like I just want something comforting. So I'm gonna have my pumpkin brownie. I just had my lunch, and I'm actually gonna have a black coffee. I'm usually a 2 coffee a day kind of gal. I have 1 big one in the morning, 1 small one mid-morning, and I always have something sweet. But the back end of prep, I become a 3 coffee a day girl, and because I don't have the calorie budget to be using 3 milks across my day, I'm just gonna drink instant black coffee on my way to the gym and just hype myself up a little bit. I've got an hour of cardio I'm gonna aim to do today. An hour of cardio, I still have shit tons of steps to do. I've got a 12,000k goal, and I think I've done half of those, and a leg session as well. So I just want to get as much fuel in me as I can. Caffeine, carbs, let my food digest, and then hopefully by the time I get to the gym, I will feel good to go. Also, update on the lip situation. I really, can somebody like message me directly and let me know their thoughts? Because like one day I'm like, okay, I'm happy, like I'm just going to keep them as is. I don't actually love the way that they look. I'm not going to lie. And also because they are still, I mean, it says like 2 to 3 weeks for the volume to come back. I might as well put the kettle on while I do this. 2 to 3 weeks to get some of the natural volume back and for them to be a little bit less wrinkly. But I do have a suspicion that because I had so much filler in my lips over the last 10 years, they're not actually gonna, like, I think they're gonna stay quite like wrinkled. So I'm just having a really big internal debate at the moment, because obviously getting them dissolved was a massive emotional wake-up call for me, and it was a lot deeper than what I initially thought. And that's something that I really want to work on overcoming, is like, I don't want to be changing myself, and I really want to love myself for who I am. And that's a big part of competing, and what I want to get from this competition is like, I want to stand on that stage, not to be competitive. I know that sounds really backwards, but it's not to be competitive. It's not for a placing. It's literally to prove to my younger self that I'm worthy. I can do this. I can choose to be confident. I can choose to do the hard things that I never thought I was capable of doing. And I really want to like be on that stage and feel fucking proud to be me. And that's what this competition means to me. Like, this is something that I never thought I would ever be able to do. But with that, like, I don't fully feel confident with my lips yet. And like, I want to stand on that stage and feel the most confident version of myself. I'm just really torn, because I don't think it's wrong. Like, I initially said in my vlog that I had already booked to get filler put back in, and I was just going to start fresh. And then the more that I thought about it, the more like I had a bit of internal reflection, and sort of was like, okay girl, like, there's stuff that we need to dive a little bit deeper. Oh gosh, there's a cat in the garden who always torments my dogs. Yeah, I need to dive a little bit deeper and do a little bit more internal work on this. Oi, leave it. And then also just like, I think the awareness now that I have around how putting something in your body, even though it might not make a difference at the time, over time it can make a big difference with like the amount of inflammation that I was experiencing in my face and like around my mouth. And it just goes to show, like, it doesn't just magically break down in your body. Obviously that was years of like overfilling as well, so it's just a bit of an accumulation. But I think now I'm just a little bit hyper aware, so I don't know what to do. I actually cancelled my appointment because I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna get any more lips. And then yeah, now I'm like, I don't know what to do, because I don't like what it does to my body, but it also makes me feel a little bit more confident about myself. But like, why? Oi! You're not gonna get him. He's not doing anything. Don't want to, but like, I want to feel more confident within myself, and that's like a massive thing that I know that I need to work on. But then at the same time, I'm like, if you don't, like, there's nothing wrong with changing things to feel good about yourself. I don't know. Anyone got any opinions? Like, this is not something that I'm like really emotional. I mean, obviously I was emotional about it, but like, any outsider's perspective would love to hear, because I've been to Henry, like, what do you think I should do? And I know that it is ultimately down to me, but just sometimes it helps seeing or hearing other people's perspectives. I just think like part of me would feel like a little bit disappointed in myself. Because the whole reason that I want to get on stage is I want to get on stage as me. And like, it's crazy at the moment posting my progress photos and my before and afters, and I actually look like the girl that I was when I started my journey, which is just wild, because I always had filler in the most recent years, and yeah, it obviously changes the shape of my face. Sorry, I'm like trying to do this one-handed and it's really tricky. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Maybe if my lips do stay really wrinkly though, I will probably just get like a little bit to fill it out. Fuck, I don't know, guys. Like, let me know your thoughts. I am open to perspective.
From the gym, I stuffed up. I only did 40 minutes of cardio, which is sweet. It just means I have 20 minutes to do on my training session. Potentially on Sunday I'm going to do it. but I forgot my cable step ups. I was like, I got on the cross trainer, started doing my cardio, and I was like, shit, I'll do them after. But then there was just no way that I was doing them after because my energy is so low, and I definitely stuffed up today because I've just been actually quite hungry today. I had those refeed days, and as I mentioned, like my gut got a little bit upset, and so I wasn't going to the bathroom for a couple of days, and I just had that sort of like full sensation, like I wasn't feeling hungry because I just felt like I had food still in my stomach. Today, passed that through, TMI, but everything is like moving again, and yeah, I was just a bit hungrier than what I normally would be. So I am having my dinner at like 5:30, and one thing that I have been trying to do this prep as well is like be really consistent with my meal timing. So normally I do have my dinner sort of around like 5:30, 6:30-ish. Usually 6 is like my ideal dinner time, but I'm really trying not to have my dinner so close to bedtime. Last prep I really tried to stretch my meals out as late into the evening as possible, because I hated going to sleep like feeling hungry, but it really does have an impact on your GI. So actually making sure that you are having your last meal sort of 3 to 4 hours before bedtime, so that when you are sleeping, your body is not using energy to like break down your food, and instead it's using that time to like recover. Oh yeah, I just need to put them in the microwave for you. What I was saying was that if you're eating like really close to your bedtime and you're going to sleep with undigested food in your stomach, then your body's not really getting a chance to use the energy to fully recover and repair your hormones and your muscles as efficiently as it would be if you didn't have undigested food in your stomach. And also another thing that I find really interesting is like your gut microbiome also needs time to rest. It's obviously breaking down food all day, so making sure you're spacing your meals out so that your meals can actually be properly digested and you're not like eating on top of undigested food all the time. And that's a mistake that I used to always make, that I just thought I had bad digestion, but I was constantly eating, constantly snacking, and my gut was just like never getting that rest. But actually at nighttime is really important as well. Again, it can have an impact on the quality of your sleep if you are going to sleep and having undigested food in your gut, because your body again is using that energy to break down that food, and also just not very efficiently. So hopefully that was valuable to someone, because that's something that I never really took into consideration. I always just wanted to go to bed feeling as full as possible, but it does make a difference, not from a fat loss standpoint, but just from a general like gut health standpoint, and really trying to optimize your recovery in the night.
Difficult things that might bring up emotions, but it's all supposed to be a safe space, feeling like they're not the only ones.
Just jumped off a really cool call regarding something very exciting that's going to be coming up in the beginning of 2026, and this is something that is going to be so relatable to so many women, something that I felt so heavily this year, and I know that I've talked about this before in my previous vlogs, is just like how overwhelming life has felt in terms of we're always expected to be more, do more, have the business, have all the nice things, be financially secure, and it's never enough. Like the thing is that it's never enough. Once you reach that benchmark, there's something else. Hustle culture is, in my eyes, becoming really draining and toxic. It used to be something that I really loved. I loved hustle culture, but as I've moved further into motherhood, my eyes are like getting a little bit watery talking about this, but like as I've moved further into motherhood, you just realize how quickly that time goes. We might not see it ourselves, but when you see like your child that was like a tiny baby and you blinked because you were on your own journey, on your own path, trying to grow a business, and your toddler or your newborn is like about to go to like kindergarten, and you feel like you missed all of it, like it really is a wake-up call. And I have this like massive resentment towards
modern motherhood, because part of me, like, I just want to be a mum. Like, I want to be present. I want to be with my daughter. I want to be with my family. I want to have patience. But then on the other side of things, like, we have huge financial responsibilities. We have a mortgage, we have a child, we have dogs, we have everything that comes, all the responsibilities that come with all of those things. We've got 3 businesses between us, have so much financial commitment that we need to, like, and while this is such an incredible privilege, and I'm so thankful, and this is all because of the hard work that we've put down, but with that, like, you lose your freedom of choice because you have to be meeting certain things and requirements in order to attain that responsibility and that lifestyle. And what that's really showing up more than anything for me this year is like not being able to be fully present and step back from business. As soon as I step back from business, even though I have taken a step back from business, it leaves me feeling extremely anxious, extremely stressed, panicked, and that then impacts like how I show up as a parent, even though I want to take a step back from business to show up as a parent even more. It's just such a hard juggle, but what this woman who I've just connected with is working on is something really special that I think like so many of us actually feel this way. We're stuck on this constant like rat race and comparison trap, and that need to be more, do more, and that we're never really good enough if we're not growing all of the time. I think it just will help people to feel less alone, because I don't know if anyone else has been, and I'm sure other people have been feeling this, but yeah, I've been pretty overwhelmed with like this sort of feeling since the middle of last year, as I've previously mentioned, and I'm still like, I'll have a day where I'm okay and I'm like chill, but I feel like I've got so much anxiety on my mind and on my chest every single day at the moment, just with the way that reality and modern motherhood and business and everything, just the direction that it's moving in is incredibly fast paced. So my pumpkin brownie and my coffee. How cute is this cup, by the way? I love it. Know you're in prep when you're eating konjac noodles with a soya sauce, because I'm just hungry and I just need something. Bud goals. Friday afternoon, I've done most of my work for the week. I had a client call this morning. I've done my posing practice check-in. I am going to now tidy the house because it's really messy. I remember the last time I vacuumed and there's like 5 million dust bunnies on the concrete floor. I feel like this week has been really not interesting. Like, I was in a really shit mood at the start of the week. I'm really low energy. Prep has hit me fucking hard this week. Today my food focus is pretty high, which is so funny because I was saying like how I haven't felt physical hunger yet. I'm feeling fucking physically hungry today. I've only got 1 meal left of the day as well. And those pumpkin brownies, I've come to the conclusion, they're just not going to work. I'm going back to Ninja Creamies now. I deeply miss my Fiber Boost bars. Honestly, like, for me personally, I might just order a box. And like, if I only order a box, then I know that I have to ration them out. But if I order enough to get me to the end of my prep, then I'm going to be like more likely to like overeat them. When they become like hyper palatable, I'll be like, oh, I want another one. I've got heaps. Like, I'm just going to grab another one. But I don't want to do that. So if I only just order like maybe 1 box, then I can just have them sparingly when I go out for a coffee on the weekend and enjoy one. But I think I'm going to go back to just making Ninja Creamies now with unsweetened almond milk and whey protein isolate. The whey
protein that I use True or Nothing Naughty. And the reason why is like I like to use ones that don't have sugar alcohols in it, or that have very, very limited like sweeteners in it, because again, shit becomes hyper palatable. And I found like with Macro Mike protein powders in particular, it's very sweet and it just makes everything taste really good, and I'm always left like wanting more. So that's something that I'm conscious of, as well as just making sure that I'm like reducing those types of foods, because for me they can be quite triggering. I just want to keep things as like, you know, not palatable. I want to enjoy my food, and I'm enjoying all my food at this point, but like I don't want anything to be like super, super, super like, oh my god, that was so delicious. Like I do not want to feel like that at this point in prep. I just want to have my meal, feel satiated, and move on, and not be thinking about how good my meal was, because it just adds to the noise. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong when it comes to a fat loss phase and executing it well, is like we're so focused on the taste of our food and trying to make it as interesting and as exciting as possible. We're actually just adding to the food noise, and we're actually just hyperfixating on flavor instead of like function. Like I know it's not sexy, it's not marketable, it's not like, honestly, it's so not marketable. As a coach, it would be way easier for me to go market all my low carb, macro friendly, super exciting, hyper palatable foods like I used to last year, but I don't value that anymore. I think it serves a purpose and it can be a great tool, but there's just like such a gap between, as I mentioned, food for function, food for health, actual nutrition on a deeper level, and just like wanting to eat things for the sake of eating them because they taste good. Of course, if something tastes good, you're gonna fucking want to eat it, and that's where people struggle, because when you're in deficit, that food focus is already heightened. Put highly palatable flavors on top of it, and yeah, it makes it really, really difficult. I brought way more than what I would normally buy because I was sort of struggling with hunger this week. So I wanted to try something different and try miso soup with sauteed bok choy, chicken mince, like mini meatballs, and then serve it with some kimchi, fresh coriander and chili flakes, just as like more of a brothy type meal, to fill me up and keep me satiated, because I am I'm starting to feel a little bit hungry. So I wanted to give that a go over the weekend and just felt like something a little bit different. But normally I would only buy, like, I've brought stuff for an extra meal, so I wouldn't actually normally buy this much stuff. But got the chicken breast mince for the Asian-y soup style thing. I buy venison mince because it's the leanest mince that you can get, and this is grass-fed venison as well, so it's really good quality. Seasoning, and that's my favorite pumpkin, cinnamon, almond butter and egg and green bean dish that you would see. When I have higher calories, I just use regular premium beef mince, but then when my calories get lower, this is a leaner option, and it's pretty similar macros actually to like chicken breast, so that's how lean it is. Then we have low carb potatoes, which are really good for volumizing your meals. Potatoes are actually one of the most satiating foods that you can eat, especially if you boil them. When you meal prep and you're dieting, you want to consider how you can retain as much moisture in the food so that the food is holding its volume in your stomach. Whereas like if you were to air fry, for example, or roast potatoes, they're gonna lose a lot of moisture and actually shrink, so it's taking up less space in your stomach. Miso soup, just the instant packets. Bok choy, again, non-starchy veggies, super low calories, and will just make the konjac noodles and the miso a little bit more of a dish. Kimchi, just for flavor. Kimchi is also really low calorie and really good for your gut because it's fermented. So sometimes it's good to make sure that you get a little bit of variety across different micronutrients, especially when you are dieting, because you are like a little bit more depleted. Then we have black beans to make black bean brownies. Again, to be honest, I don't actually know if I'm going to make them this week because they're just a little bit too moreish for me. Like one doesn't really fill me up. So I think I'm going to go back to Ninja Creamies. I actually did order some 5 boost bars. Dark chocolate for on top of oats. With dark chocolate, I just buy whatever's on special because these used to cost like $4.70 and now they're like honestly $8 not on special or something. Oh, I'm going to put the seaweed in the broth dish as well. Those are the konjac noodles, which I will put with the miso soup. They're 11 calories per serve and there's 2 servings in 1 packet. Chia seeds for my oats. Fresh ginger, which is what I was going to put in the miso soup, but I also brought pickled ginger to just have like on the side of meals. I don't know why, just sometimes variety and flavor. Mung beans are also actually for the miso dish, which I will saute with the bok choy. Broccoli, that's just for my main dishes to give volume there. Green beans, I always buy green beans. Egg whites, I always buy egg whites, but normally I just have 1 packet a week. But since I've been making like the brownies and stuff, I've actually been using a little bit more than what I would normally have. So I just brought 2 just to be safe rather than sorry. You never want to be caught off guard. And pumpkin, because pumpkin is the holy grail, the goat of diet foods. Matching. Who's that?
Chicky.
And who am I? Have we got matching pajamas on? I love you. Oh no, you turned it off.
I like the bread. Chocolate.
Straw.
It's falling. It's
You cheeky child. Prep meal on date night. This pretty much summarizes it. It does.
Easy now. That's a lot easier.
Is it because I got a camera on you that it's easy?
That's actually right. My breathing's not fucked. No, it's good too.
This is your version of sort of meal prep car like I did on the way here. What is it? Chicken teriyaki rice. Is that fried rice?
No.
It's like fried rice, not sushi. I was thinking it was like sushi rice.
Chicken teriyaki rice.
It smells kind of weird.
Get in my face.
Is it cold though?
Yeah. Oh, ice cream.
$15 double chocolate brownie.
Or 8.
5 the boost.
No. 4, 7.
And Coke Zero.